like why are you celebrating this guy's death? Like it blows my mind that we've come this far, especially since 9/11. Like aren't we supposed to be united and working together?
They're pushing those AI videos out so fast right
They
now.
are. Have you seen some of those? They're so real. I always try to tell people that like God doesn't turn his back on you. You're turning your back on God. I don't know if anybody's heard of that Kenneth Copeland. He doesn't fly commercial because he doesn't want. It's like getting into like a can full of demons or something. And then he freaks out because he goes, "I never said that, and don't you ever say I did." Welcome to Real Talk After Dark, where we keep it real about life and a film. And today we're going to keep it a little bit more real about life. I got my buddy here. You don't see him, but you will hear him. David Kelly is with us today. How you doing today, David?
I'm good. I'm invisible.
He's invisible. Where is it? Oh my gosh, where is his ghost? He's spooky. Spooky ghost. That's crazy, man. So how you been?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. Just trying to survive.
That's what I like. That's what I like to hear, man. I mean, it's what we're all doing, isn't it? We're all trying to survive.
Day to day.
Day to day, baby. Day to day. So, today I was wanting to talk with you a little bit about just how some people use religion as a weapon or as a bad thing, and talk a little bit about how unfortunately, since the Charlie Kirk assassination, I haven't really talked about it here on the channel yet. Talk about how people were basically celebrating it. Some people were just celebrating death of a person and how ridiculous it was. So I don't know if you want to start. You got anything to say you want to start off with, or you just want me to start off with something? Or
You can start. You can start.
Alrighty then. So I was thinking about just like how false religion misrepresents God, and how in Romans 1:25 it says like exchange the truth of God for the lie. For example, like most religions, they have not taught their followers God's name. Most people don't know it. I didn't even know God had a name till I was looking into it. That's Jehovah. So I thought that was like, I heard it's like mentioned, I think over 7,000 times at one point in the Bible, but they have taken it out, and I didn't know that. And but they said the Bible must not be used as like a weapon. Romans 10, 13 and 14, I think it says some religions leaders, when something terrible happens, they say it's God's will, but that's a lie. God's never the source of evil, and sadly, some religious lies have pushed people away from God. So what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, religion itself, it's not a good thing. And even the parts that did start out as good, it's always been corrupted.
Right.
Pretty much from the beginning. I mean, being a Christian is relationship. It's not religion. It's religion is all acts.
I agree.
It's just not. That's not what's taught, and men do that. And I mean, I don't know how to put this. People end up using it for their own gain.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Over time.
Yeah, like that. I don't know if anybody's heard of that Kenneth Copeland, but I mean, that guy's he's wild. I don't know if anybody's seen that, or if even you've seen that interview where he's talking to somebody and she's wanting to talk to him about why he has to own like 7 planes or something like that. And he said like he was, I guess Tyler Perry sold him a plane. And he said he sold it to him so cheap he couldn't help but buy it, stuff like that. But she said also that he said he doesn't fly commercial because he doesn't want. It's like getting into like a can full of demons or something. And then he freaks out because he goes, "I never said that, and don't you ever say I did."
Yeah, he's a little off the rocker.
Yeah,
I've seen quite a few things from him. They even did some kind of like him and I forgot who it was in the church with him. They both like did like a blood thing where they sipped on blood from their own fingers. It was just,
Ugh.
it's not, it's not good.
Yeah, why
It's really
why
not
would you
good.
do that
I mean, I don't.
on stage?
I mean, if he was like flying around on like coach and people were approaching him nonstop, it's kind of different. But I don't know. It's, I mean, God blesses people
Hmm.
with wealth, and it pretty much you see if it destroys them or not. And with him, I don't. It's hard to really judge the
Hmm.
things that I've seen from him. Uh, I don't like personally. I don't know how anybody could really follow him from what I've seen.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure he's actually led people to Christ, but when it comes to like a suppressive
Hmm.
Christianity, I believe that you would get that from people like him from what I've seen. Just a just a weakness, just barely getting by
Yep.
faith.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I saw apparently he has built like he's got this land and he's building like this he had a plan since I guess apparently like the 70s or 80s that to build a big land like almost like a religious amusement park, but it was also going to have hotels and you can stay there, and it was also going to have he was supposed to apparently build a place for people that contributed to his church, like through contributions or whatever, through the tithe and everything, that that they can retire there and live there the rest of their life and stuff. But and people have donated to that cause too, and I'm pretty sure, I don't even think that they've really built anything yet, and that was back in the 70s 80s. So it's like, where's all that money going? Like right into his pockets, I guess.
I mean, you would hope not.
Yeah,
I mean,
he
it's
hasn't built
really
nothing.
cool if the money's being used for what it should be used for.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't think he's
I can't look at their accounting.
yeah, as far as I know, I don't think he started on it at all. Like, I mean, maybe he's got maybe a roller coaster in there or something, or a ball court or something. I don't know, but he hasn't really like done what he said he was going to do back in the 70s or 80s.
Yeah, it's like the same time. It's like how much more of the gospel could you spread instead of doing that? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like you could. It's That's a little much. I
Exactly.
mean, if that would glorify God and teach the gospel the right way to people by doing that, I'm
Hmm.
not exactly sure how. Then it's totally fine. It's totally cool. But I don't I don't see that. You know,
No, no.
do that.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Yeah, and then some people, they always want to tell you they think, that praying to God, people think that they want to treat prayers like as if God's like a magic genie, you know what I mean? Like you just could pray for anything and he's going to grant it to you, and it's like it doesn't work that way.
No, God does things because of prayer,
Yeah,
but it has to go by His will. I mean,
exactly.
we could ask for all kinds of things, and we might get it.
Yeah.
If it's coming from the heart. But if it doesn't go, you know,
Yeah,
I mean, some people pray for healing their entire lives,
some
but it's
people
not.
some
It's just
people just
not.
don't quite understand, They just really
No,
don't.
and they lose faith over it too.
Mhm.
But they're also not taught right either.
True,
You
true.
get into. I mean, like you've got other kinds of pastors that just talk about just giving money all the time, but that's all they talk about. They don't talk about anything else, you know.
Very true. Very true.
And they tell you you're not going to get healed until you give us all this money. And
Right? Yeah, that's
then you got
all they want.
people like him buying a jumbo jet, with that money. And
Yeah, I don't even understand just any billionaire in general why they have to have multiple of things. Like I understand having multiple cars, for whoever, how many people's in the house, or I get maybe having two boats because, you want to take maybe a big one out for the family or a little one out for yourself, or just in case one breaks down. Like I get maybe having a double or something, but like once you start owning like four, five, six or something like that, especially when it's unnecessary, I don't see why they have to do that. It's just like they always want more money and more things, and it's like why don't you help more people out with that money?
Yeah, I've seen testimonies from smaller pastors, even a couple that are a little bit bigger now, that have during their journey of becoming preachers, they had to give away things because God told them to give away like their car, their only car,
Right,
or
right.
give away their all the money they have. You know, I mean, God multiplies it when you do that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But just think about how many people in the position where they have mansions and all this stuff, um, that would never do that
Yeah.
ever. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just heart posture. You
Yeah.
know, and I really can't say how like Kenneth Copeland's heart is. I have no idea. He
Right.
might mean well and just doesn't get it.
Exactly.
And he
Right.
just, but he just might have a spirit of greed that's on him too. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, you're absolutely
I
right.
mean, he
Yeah, it's like
needs
who are we
prayer. He needs
to judge or
prayer.
say
You
who he
know,
is because we don't know his heart, you know?
or you know, he could just need prayer, and people
Yeah.
don't pray for him. But he could be completely gone too. I hate to say that, but you just don't know.
Right. Yeah.
You just have to go by what you see, really, and
Yep.
what you see doesn't look great.
Yeah. Just like the scripture, and I think I forget the scripture exactly, but I think it's like Corinthians, but it's like walk by faith or live by faith, walk by faith, live by sight, or no,
Not by sight.
not by sight. That's right. Walk by faith, not by sight. That's right.
I got a shirt that says that.
Dude, I got a hoodie that says that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite lines.
Yeah, I love wearing that hoodie. So whenever winter comes around, I love busting it out.
Yeah, I got eye problems, so
Dude,
it's one of my favorite
there was
ones.
one time I went to the movie theater and there was people. I was wearing my hoodie and I saw a couple turn around and she read it and saw it was the Bible verse number underneath it and everything. Dude, I think she might have had a demon in her or something because like she didn't say anything to me, but I could tell that it was getting to her because like her husband, boyfriend, whoever was like kind of like put his arm around her and pulled her close, and I could kind of hear him say just let it go, just let it go, like she was wanting to say something.
Hmm. Yeah, I had that same thing actually a couple times in the last few months where I wear my cross around my neck,
Right,
and
right.
I've had certain people like just stare at it, and then they just get super like agitated, and you
Yeah.
can see it. I got yelled at by a lady a few months ago,
Wow.
just telling me that Christians are trying to kill our son, and I tried to I was talking to her,
Right.
you know, and calmly,
Yeah.
and she her son's gay,
Uh-huh.
and for some reason he thinks that the Christians are trying to kill him,
No.
and it's just a mental, it's like a mental illness almost.
Yeah.
And I was just like, nobody's trying to kill your son.
Exactly.
And it was a, I'm not gonna go into depth, but it was just a long,
Well, it's like,
awkward
yeah, well, I mean, it's just like
conversation.
so many, it's just like with anything, there's always somebody, a bad egg in the batch that somebody's always got to make one group look bad. It could be cops, teachers, anybody, right now with Christians, like, because there's a lot of lukewarm Christians and Christians that aren't really following the word of God and they're being hypocrites. They share the word and act like they're Christians, but then they're, being hypocritical by talking about somebody behind their back or judging somebody or doing evil or going out and partying, stuff like that. And, and it's like they're the ones that are making us look bad. If you talk to like a true follower of Jesus Christ, then you'll actually understand that that's not the life or the way.
No, and it's a lot about teaching with context.
It's
You know what I
true.
mean? Like I've been to quite a few churches where they give a line in the Bible and they talk about it on their what they believe it's saying
Mm-hmm.
and this and that. And people don't go home and read that. They just go by. I'm not saying that the pastors know what they're talking about. There's a few times that I've seen where they don't, but
Right.
it's they just go by what they were told and they don't seek after it themselves,
Yeah.
and so you get these formed opinions. I've seen lines in the Bible. I don't have my notes with me, but where people won't read the scripture before or the scripture after
Yeah.
to get the context of what they're actually hearing.
Mm-hmm.
They just get this formed opinion, and then it just spreads, and it spreads, and it spreads, and usually those are the people that just spend time with God on Sundays, and they don't really see God during the week. They don't really talk to God during the week,
Right.
and it causes a lot of mess, and that's where you get a lot of that lukewarm from.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that by example?
Yeah. Yeah, and then going back on prayer and stuff, like I have like, I mean, some people will look at it, especially if they're not following it, they'll look at it as like a just like, oh, it's a coincidence that happened or whatever. But you know, ever since I was like young, like I'd say like after my parents divorced and I was starting to get in the teenage phase and starting to think about, you know, the future and everything, I would pray for, you know, finding the right one, the wife, even some of my like birthday wishes when you go to blow out the candle. I'm like, I hope I meet the one this year or something like later on down the road. But, I would, you know, I'd even pray about having a boy, like, you know, not that I would have not loved a girl any less or anything, but I would pray that I would want a son so I could be the father that I wanted growing up and didn't have that relationship with. And I would pray for the longest time. I mean, I prayed and prayed and prayed. I mean, that went on. Like I said, after my parents' divorce, I turned 13. So from 13 to, I mean, it wasn't like an everyday prayer because I wasn't like, you know, I wasn't walking in the path as I am now. So like, it wasn't like prayer all the time. But when I did pray from 13 to 28 is when I met Sarah. All of a sudden it just like felt like my prayers were answered down the road when we were clicking and realized like this might be the one. And she's, you know, kept me, you know, my head on straight, and she's a really good woman. And so that prayer was answered. Then when we got pregnant, I was like, you know, as soon as we were pregnant, I was like, I started praying. I was just like, oh God, please, you know, let this be a boy. And then Dutch came out and we got a boy and stuff. So I tell people, I mean, that I tell them that my wife and son are answered prayers because, you know, I prayed for them for a long time, and sometimes prayers are answered, but sometimes are answered immediately, and sometimes you gotta be patient and wait. And it took a long time, but you know, I got what I wanted.
Yeah, I mean, things happen in the spirit first. I mean, your prayers were answered
Right.
forever ago, but thankfully he didn't answer them right away because you were 13.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. No kidding. Yeah.
That would have been a mess.
Well, I mean, I wasn't wanting it then, you know, obviously I was praying for the future, but
right.
yeah, no, obviously that would have been good to have it then.
No, not at all. But people give up on it, waiting.
That's true.
They don't trust in God's timing, and they give up because they just want right away.
That's very true.
And then they don't continue to pray for it. I mean, a lot of times God answers it in the spirit right away. It's just going to take some time to get to you.
Yep.
It's got to fit into the plan.
Yep.
People don't like that. They want it now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost human nature though with anything, not just that. A lot of things. We're all impatient.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
You have to be with God because He's patient with us.
Yeah, I've gotten more patient as I've gotten older, especially realizing how fast time goes and just moving forward so fast. And I just like realized that, you know, whatever you're looking forward to, it'll be here before you know it. It'll come and go. And I'm just like, I just knew that, you know, but when I was younger, there was times I remember being impatient, you know, like even waiting for a movie like Star Wars Episode 3 or Spider-Man 3. Like, I'm just like, oh man, I can't wait a whole year. I can't wait till it gets here. And then it finally gets there. And then next thing you know, boom, another 20 years pass. And you're like, it's just weird how quick it goes. And that the Spider-Man movies and Star Wars, like Episode 3, I think just celebrated its 20th anniversary this year. And it's just so weird just to see how all these things I grew up on and couldn't wait for are turning, you know, 15, 20, 25, 30, stuff like that. And I'm just like, it's ridiculous how quick it goes. So as you get older, you do become a little bit more patient. Some people, you know, not so much, but I know I've become more patient. So it's just weird how that works. But patience is definitely a good thing to have because, I mean, some people with impatience, they'll anger will come out, they'll be so impatient, like in traffic or because a line's taking so long or anything like that, like they'll get angry about it.
Yeah, I cause people to get angry with my work fan. It's like
Yeah.
I can't help it, man. I can't help it.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta do your job, man.
Everybody around here is mad. It's all 2-lane highways, so.
Yeah, everybody just wakes up angry.
Oh yeah,
That's not good.
especially out here.
They should get that mindset checked out, you know what I mean? uh, but yeah, trying to think of what else. I guess some people think that religions are like different roads that all lead to God. Um,
Yeah,
I know.
no, no.
I know Matthew 7:13 is enter in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there which go in heaven. So yeah, a lot of people would rather take the wide, easy road instead of the hard, narrow gate. Um, and I'm just like, that's yeah, that describes a lot.
I mean, it should be that way, but
Yeah, I've been there before too, where I've been in and out of relationship with God so many times in my life where things will start going good and I'm just kind of like, I got it, I'm good on my own, and I just kind of start going about it, and then things start going bad again, and I turn to God, and I'm just, is that, whenever you actually start studying it and realizing it and reading and doing all that, you start realizing it's good to have Him in your life daily. And some people think that means like you got to be praising and singing and reading the Bible like 24/7, and it's like, no, you can still live your life, but like give some time to God.
yeah, yeah, it's super important. I mean, I struggle with it sometimes because of
Yeah,
work during the week,
yeah, life
but
life
I
gets in the
mean,
way. It's hard sometimes.
always make time.
Yeah,
Even throughout the day. It's just it helps me too. You know,
yeah,
it's not like I'm doing things to earn God's favor because God already decided how He felt about us
exactly. Yeah,
before we were even here. There's nothing you can do to change it.
yeah,
There's nothing you can do.
yeah. I always
Like God already knows what you're gonna do and how you're gonna act.
Yeah, I always try to tell people that like God doesn't turn His back on you. You're turning your back on God, because so many people think that, God should just snap His finger and snap all the evil away and fix everything and all this stuff. And, you hear all of that, and people are just so against it and hate Him so much and want to point the finger at Him like it's God's fault. And it's like,
It's a it's a test. I mean, look what the disciples went through.
yeah,
Those people were with Jesus.
right,
They knew all, like, so many things they didn't talk about too because they were told secrets that we don't know.
right.
But they literally experienced all that, had so much faith, and went through so much turmoil and never lost it.
Yep,
You know what I mean? Like, they didn't lose it. But
yep,
they went through prison and being stoned and killed and all this. And
yeah.
why should we have it any easier?
Mm-hmm. I know I try to tell people this too, and they try to be like, give me proof of, why God exists or something like that. And I'm like, do you know anybody that would die for a lie? Because there were so many people that died because they didn't deny Jesus, because they were like, no, he is the Lord. And they're like, all right, if that's really what you want. And then they'd kill him. And some of them had some brutal deaths.
Oh yeah. Was it who was boiled with oil?
Yeah.
I don't think they died.
I forget who.
I forgot. I forgot just now. Oh my gosh.
I know. And then if there was a non-believer here right now, they would scold us, because they'd be like, see, you're not a real Christian because you don't know. And it's like, dude, there's so much, like, there's so many names and there's so many verses. It's like, give me a break.
Some people have that gift where they can remember every single line and scripture. I wish I had that.
It would be nice to
I'm
be able to
so
just
bad
throw it
with
out there, but yeah, it's tough.
I'm so bad with numbers, like quoting like which line, which I can't. I can't do that. I think my ADD is too bad for that.
Right? Yeah, no, same here. I already know I'd screw all that up. And someone would pull it out on their phone and be like, "You butchered that. You're not a real Christian." It's like, oh my goodness, give me a break.
Yeah, and the sad thing is it'll come from believers too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Tell them to read the book of Job.
Yeah, it's really weird whenever you got like your own people like attack you or come at you, because I've had people come at me because of just because I saw somebody online like worshiping, like Saint Mary, and I'm like, she's not going to save you. I was like, yeah, she gave birth to the greatest, person on earth, the greatest I don't know how you want to call him, a legend or whatever, but the Lord, like, yeah, she gave birth to him, but that's not who we worship and stuff. And then people will start coming at you and be like, oh, you're such a false Christian. Why you got to attack us? And I'm like, I'm not attacking you. I'm just telling you the truth.
I mean, it's harsh to say it, but it's a lot of Catholics perform idolatry. Unfortunately.
Oh, really?
I don't think they realize they're doing it. I mean, it's you're worshiping something other than Jesus.
Yeah, that's true.
You can't do that.
Yeah, no, yeah, and people don't understand or realize that either. You gotta open your eyes to that, because it's weird, I mean, even it comes to like celebrities and stuff. People will like just be all about them and stuff, and like, yeah, I love their work and stuff, but and as much as I love Arnold Schwarzenegger, like, I'm not going to sit here and have like a shrine of him and be like, oh, Arnold, you are the man, you know what I mean? Like,
you do. You do.
Yeah, I got a secret shrine somewhere in my house nobody knows about. Not even
I honestly wouldn't doubt it. But it really wouldn't surprise me. I actually always pictured you having one.
Hey, just because I do have all of Arnold's movies on VHS and DVD. I'm working on collecting them all on Blu-ray and 4K, because not all of them are available on Blu-ray or 4K. I got some collectible figures and stuff like that. But hey, man, that doesn't, and some posters, but that don't make me all. I don't worship him the way I do with the Lord.
Well, that's good,
right?
Yeah, because I mean, in a serious note, like,
no, yeah.
Satan doesn't care that if you even acknowledge him.
Right.
As long as you don't worship and give your time to God, he wins. It could be anything. It could be a bottle of soda.
Right.
You could literally do sacrifices to a bottle of soda, and he's winning. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter what it is.
Yep.
I've seen people that hold Taylor Swift as high as Jesus, and it's crazy to me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's wild. Yeah. And speaking of her, that after the assassination, did you see the next tour that she had, that she was like, they were walking with her with like a bulletproof like shield around her, like they were walking like with it was like a 10-foot like gun shield, she was walking behind it, like she was like trying to act like she was like that much more important, that like, oh somebody's gonna kill me now.
I don't know, if anybody shoots her, it's from her own side.
Yeah.
I mean, God forbid anything bad happens to her. I mean, that's not cool, but
yeah.
Like,
did you also see?
I think she's fine because of the side like she's on. So
yeah. Did you also see that? I think it was Billie Eilish at one of her concerts, that a fan just like randomly like grabbed her and like pulled her into the crowd. Did you see that?
Yeah, he's like jerked her. I saw
yeah.
It. Yeah, I saw it on X.
That's crazy. What the heck was he thinking, man?
I don't know. He didn't look that young either.
No, dude, he just grabbed her. I'm glad that she was able to get away pretty quickly, and then I love that there was a couple people that like immediately turned onto him and was just like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, I think security grabbed him after that.
Oh yeah,
they probably threw him.
I hope,
because I saw one.
He probably got thrown in. He had to get thrown in jail for something, because that's assault.
Yeah, I don't know. Either that or regardless, he got kicked out.
Oh yeah,
sure. So.
That was crazy. I saw that. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. This world and some of the people in it, man, they just, I don't understand what's going on, man. Like, is there something in the water that we don't know about that's making people crazy or what? Like, what the heck?
Yeah, kind of.
Probably, yeah.
Uh, it's just it's gonna get worse
Yeah.
before it gets better. You know.
Yeah,
I don't.
we
I'm
filter
not.
our
I'm not
water.
into this whole. Yeah, I'm not into this whole doom and gloom. This is it. This is it right here. It's gonna get bad, and we're done.
Yeah.
I don't do that whole thing.
Yeah,
That's not what we're taught to do.
yeah, one day it's gonna happen, but we gotta live our lives until it does, you know. We gotta be at least prepared, but we can't let it like run our lives and freak out and stuff, you know.
No, Jesus says, "Occupy until I come." That's what he said.
And well, just recently, with the you know the that rapture date everyone was talking about, there were people that were you know selling their cars, their houses, and quitting their jobs and stuff because they thought they were going to truly be raptured. I'm like, you guys are wild.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of those things. Like if you want to make a big change in your life, you need to take it to God. Everything
Yeah.
you do, and you need to listen.
Yep.
Like shut up and listen.
Yep.
Don't just. But these people obviously they just went out and acted. They didn't get a word from God.
Yep.
They didn't. I can't judge them. I
Yep.
don't know if they even asked. But if they would have asked God and been listening, He would have let them do that.
Yep.
That's and now and I've already seen people that have already given up.
Yeah.
Now, their faith wasn't that strong to begin with for you to give up because of that. But you lose a lot of people, and you've got people that are mocking it.
Yeah.
You know, that maybe could have been on the fence, and now they're definitely not because everybody told them rapture was going to happen.
Exactly. Exactly.
So, and just the whole I'm going to escape while everybody dies concept just it irks me sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Well,
It really does.
yeah, and then another thing too with that whole rapture thing and them selling everything and whatnot. Like, if you were truly believed in that and everything, then and you knew you were going to be raptured and go to heaven, you don't need not just only your things, but you don't need that money that you sold everything for. You don't need any of that. So why didn't you just give your stuff away?
Yeah.
You know, you don't need it, though. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Hopefully they're not completely like screwed over.
I hope
You
not.
know,
Yeah, I
they
hope
can.
some people let them back into their jobs, or uh was able to buy another car because they had the money now. Like, I hope, yeah, hopefully people, yeah, hopefully they're not that screwed over.
I actually didn't know anybody personally that believed that to
Yeah,
be true.
I didn't know anybody either, but I'd see it online, and then you'd have those people that, of course, would mock it and be like, "Oh my gosh, here it goes, it's coming," and then the next day they're like, "Oh, I'm still here. Does that mean I didn't get raptured? Oh no," you know, and they mock it. So
Yeah, it's pretty unfortunate. People start putting dates on things.
I know
I
when
mean,
those people start going wild with dates, man, that's another thing that makes all Christians look crazy, because all of a sudden it's like, you know, it's like, oh, you guys are predicting this is the end. And then of course those that are gullible start freaking out, you know?
hmm yeah, it's not a good thing. I always tell people to stop just focusing on that. I mean, I've seen people, and I have an issue with uh, people trying to teach about Jesus, but only doing about the rapture to somebody that doesn't know anything really.
Right.
Like you can't you can't lead somebody to accept the gift of grace by scaring them.
Yep.
You're not gonna even if you think you do, you're not gonna keep them usually. You
Hmm.
can't scare people into faith. It doesn't. I've seen it. You know,
Yeah.
a lot more when I was younger. You know, but I don't understand the thought process behind that. I'm gonna scare them into believing. Like that's not God.
Hmm. Yeah, that's another thing that comes into play whenever I was talking about false religion, because it misrepresents God. It does not reflect God's love.
No, no. And you got a lot of that. You've got a lot of the new age stuff.
Hmm.
That's not. I mean, I've been I had somebody tell me that I was getting into New Age stuff when I was going back to like actual Greek and Hebrew words, you know,
Mm-hmm.
for context of some things I was confused about. And I actually have a really good translated Bible right now. But they, you get into this New Age thing, and it's just they teach all this wacky stuff, and you're gonna hear a lot more about that. You know, I feel like in the next few years, and just this, just kind of breaking it off into what's comfortable for people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like it's okay. It's okay if I go to the strip club tonight. I mean, I'm saved. It's cool.
Right.
You know,
So
or I'm gonna go to church Sunday. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go bang a bunch of chicks and then go to church on Sunday. It's fine because I'm just gonna ask for forgiveness.
yeah, that's exactly how some people think. It's so crazy.
But it's being spread that way
Uh-huh.
more so than just opinions.
Yeah.
Because people used to just have that opinion. It kind of circled around a little bit, but now it's going into this all kinds of just so many things
Yeah.
that I've seen.
Yeah. As um John 17:16 says, they are not of the world, even as I am not of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Just had to pull that up. Because that's a good example. Because God wants us to be free of those people and that type of thinking in those ways, you know.
Yeah, I mean it. Yeah, it's. Oh no, I was just thinking about the people that just get lost in that, and they won't.
Yeah.
You can't pull them out of it because they're just their feet
Yes.
are so stuck in that way of thinking.
Mm-hmm. I had there was one time I had a friend take me to church. I might have been 14, 15. He took me to one of his churches, and like, no joke, man, I don't know if it was I think it was by the end of it, I had like the whole congregation like surrounded me, man, and they were all like putting their hands on me and like praying for me as if like I had like a demon in me or something, bro. And like that like creeped me out, and like I didn't want to go back there. And even my friend afterwards was like, I am so sorry that happened. And like it creeped me out, dude. I don't know what the heck was going on, if I had demons in me and they were actually praying them out, or if they were just trying to, I don't know, man. It was weird.
Do you think you did?
I don't know. I didn't. I was always a good kid. I don't think I did. But it was just, I just thought it was the weirdest thing ever, man. Because they just came at me and they were just all like, they're just like, oh, I pray for this young man, and I'm just like, damn, this got wild.
I think maybe you did. No, I don't know.
Yeah, it was long before I met you, because this was like, you know, like I said, 15, 14, 15. You didn't know me then. I don't think we met till I was 19, 18, 19. I think 19.
They're probably all trying to help. That's pretty much all that
Yeah.
is, man.
Yeah. And I mean, that's cool and all, but like, I mean, they didn't.
It can scare you if you're younger, yeah.
Yeah,
Especially if you're
like
you
if
know,
one
you're not
person, you
used
know,
to
like the
that kind of
pastor
stuff.
came to me and said, "Do you mind if I pray for you?" Like, that's fine, but like I had like 10 people on me, bro.
Yeah, it gets a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I've had that a couple of times.
Yeah, I was just kind of like,
I get
yeah,
it.
I'm not coming back here.
Yeah, people get scared away by that kind of thing,
Yeah.
you know, and I don't think that sometimes people don't come at it so gently. They just pour it in. Like if somebody, I have an issue sometimes when I'm talking to people about certain things,
Yeah.
especially crypto and stuff like that. They ask for a drink of water, and I completely soak them with a hose. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And they just get lost. I'm like halfway through the conversation, and they're just lost because I just drenched them with a hose instead of just gave them a glass of water. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that can scare people away,
Yeah.
especially in church sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. I went to church as a kid every Sunday and everything. Like, and then it was pretty much, I think, after my parents' divorce is when I think we just kind of stopped going. And so like I was always raised going to church and a religion, and always believed, in Jesus and God and everything, and would pray. But of course, as I got a little older and into my teens, I would say, like, especially after the divorce and everything, you kind of start getting into yourself a little bit more. I'm watching more movies, hanging out with my friends more, starting to get into more mature things and everything. And then next thing you know, by 16, 17, I've smoked weed for my first time. I didn't really go to parties, but there was some friends that was able to maybe get their hands on alcohol, and I maybe drank a little bit. And I never really like started drinking until I was of age and could buy it. But sometimes I would, if somebody handed it to me or something when I was younger, I would drink it. Of course, that comes down to like hanging with the wrong crowd. Because you hang with the wrong people, that'll happen. Kind of like a little peer pressure in a sense, because you want to fit in and seem cool. But I've always been a little in and out of my relationship with God. But it wasn't until I met a girl. Her name was Kristen. I met her, and she invited me to her church, and I started going there, and we eventually ended up dating. But I went there, and the people there were so cool, so welcoming. They had a youth group that met on Wednesdays, so I'd even go on Sundays and Wednesdays. So I'd be going 2 times a week, and I was doing that for a long time. And it wasn't until, and I think it was there, like, I gave my life to Jesus again. I don't know if I ever really did as a kid, but there, I guess it was like kind of like first time I really like gave my life. And unfortunately, I quit going because we broke up. And we broke up because and this is crazy too, because their parents are supposed to be Christians, and everything. But we had our first little argument, all because I remember it clearly. A friend of mine was wanting to go to Walmart for a little bit and kill some time before we went and saw a movie later. And my girlfriend, at the time, didn't think we would have the time to do that. And she wanted to just hang out at the house until the movie. And I said, well, why don't we just go? And I was like, well, I can just go and you can stay here. And she didn't like that. So it was nothing serious, but she stormed off, and the dad saw that, and I guess thought it was something really bad and serious. And so you think as a Christian, he wouldn't do what he did, but he basically like told me, obviously he was like, I need to leave, get out of there. But then the next thing you know, I get a call from her, I think like the next day, and I bet you her dad was sitting right there with her, because she was crying, and she was telling me that we needed to break up, and she wouldn't tell me why, but I'm pretty sure that was the reason why, and everything. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that he didn't like that at all. So yeah, we broke up because of that. And then I just kind of, got out of that situation. I quit going to church, and then I got out of that, and then I got into my 20s, and that's when, a lot of my bad habits started forming, where I started drinking, I started smoking cigars, I started huffing air duster. It was just a bad time. 20s was a good learning example. And then later on in life, when I quit drinking and quit doing all those dirty, nasty things, and fixing my life and straightening my life out, it was 6 months later when I met Sarah. And then she started helping me get over those things, because I was still huffing a little bit, because sometimes I would want to drink. And so instead of getting a drink, I would huff. And so she actually helped me get over that addiction, which was very cool of her and patient, because she could have easily have left. Like, I could have effed that up like I did some relationships in the past because of my alcohol. So thankfully she was, strong enough and patient enough to help me get through that. But but now I really want to say, like, because I've always believed, there's never been a time I didn't believe. But before I met her, I got out of a really bad, toxic, like not physical, but mentally abusive relationship with Stephanie. You remember her probably. But yeah, after getting out of that, I ended up tearing 2 ligaments in my ankle, and it was pretty bad. So I was off my feet for like 8 to 10 weeks. So that year in 2016 was bad. And I remember laying in my bed one night, and I was just, I let God have it, man. Like I have apologized since then, obviously, and I know he probably forgave me even after the fact, but I was letting him have it, telling him, why would you do this to me? Why am I here? why is this happening? You know, I hate you, all that stuff. And I'm just like, this is ridiculous. So like, I know I had a falling out then, but I would definitely say um, when my son was born, you know, it was kind of like it was another answered prayer, and I thank God for it and everything. But I wouldn't say like I was really, you know, had a relationship with him. It wasn't until 2023 Sound of Freedom when that movie came out, and I watched that movie from Angel Studios and saw, because I knew, and it's funny because people acted as if I just found out about trafficking, and I'm like, no, I knew trafficking was a thing, but to be honest with you, I didn't think people did it to kids. I thought it was just adult humans. I didn't know kids were involved. So that's where it was new to me. And because as a father, I was a big advocate for saving the kids. And so people were looking at me like I was crazy because I was supporting this film, and it changed my life. And I think it was that film that made me turn back to God, you know, like full time, and reading more, looking into it more, and all that stuff, man. But yeah, people were giving me shit for advocating something that the film was bringing awareness to. And I was like,
Advocating for something that's been around since the beginning of time.
yeah, but I didn't know that it was children though, brother, you know? I didn't think humans were that disgusting.
I mean, yeah, it's that is that way in biblical times too. I mean, it's since the beginning of
I know it's
the
just
world it's been that
I
way.
know it's just
They
so
just dumb us down and hide it so well.
I know it's just so sickening, man. But then it's just crazy that I lost friends over it. People were blocking me on Facebook all because of Sound of Freedom. And that's another reason why I don't like David Howard Thornton, who plays Art the Clown, because he was saying that the Sound of Freedom movement was pathetic. So that's why I don't like Art the Clown.
Yeah, that's crazy. I do wish they would have covered more than just where they covered it at.
Yeah,
I wish they would have covered the larger aspect, but it also would have gotten shut down
yeah.
too
And so
if they would have.
and so many people were mad too because the fact that that film came out of, you know, nowhere from an independent studios, like that was like Angel Studios first like big film, and because the fact that it like was number one for like an entire month, and it was beating out Hollywood movies like Mission Impossible, Jurassic Park, like it was beating out some big time movies, and people were pissed off at that. And I'm just like, dude, get a life, chill out.
Yeah, I remember that. It's pretty crazy. I thought it was awesome though.
Oh yeah, I thought it was
I thought it was
well
great.
done, respectively well done, and they didn't do anything that was, you know, tasteless or anything like that. Like it was, and it was just the score, the performance, the acting, everything was just really good, and they didn't even touch on it at the Academy Awards. Of course, they didn't even mention it at all. So
They can't because they're the ones that are doing
yeah,
all of
they
it.
should have been nominated, but obviously not. But
Yeah, all those companies that they're the ones that are behind a lot of it.
I
You know,
know, and that's enough.
they're the not always behind it, but they're some of the biggest purchasers of it.
Oh, I agree, man. Like, and that's another thing, man. Like, if that list or even an Epstein list or any of that were to come out, it would really blow up the world because so many people who loved and supported these people will find out that they were doing bad things. And it's like, first off, like, I don't even know if they'd believe it at first. And if they do, it's just going to blow their minds the fact that people that they loved and supported and trusted or whatever on the screen or through their lyrics or whatever was doing this whole time, you know? Like it's just it's so crazy that so many people like are so blind, like they can't have their eyes closed to what's actually going on.
It's another, and I think that they are planning on actually exposing all of that really soon,
I hope so.
like very very soon. The issue that I have is that they're pushing those AI videos out so fast right
They
now.
are. Have you seen some of those? They're so real.
But I mean, they're gonna have videos of these people doing this stuff, and you're not gonna know if it's real or not.
That's true. Oh,
And you're gonna, but I mean, luckily they have. I know that, like Grok, for example, on X, the AI, it can detect if something's an AI video or not. But you have people that still won't believe it when it shows, hey, this is AI or this isn't AI.
I know
You know what I mean?
it's so
They still
scary
won't
how it's
believe it.
being pushed and how real it's looking now, man.
Yes, there's been a few of them I had a double take, but luckily they have the like the Sora
Yeah, that's one way you
symbol
can
on
detect
it.
it. If I see a
Luckily,
Sora logo, I know immediately. But
yeah.
I really
But I
wish
mean,
that anything put out AI just like is always watermarked. Like there's no way you could take it off. That'd be nice.
they should make that like
Yeah,
a legality for
because you
sure.
know that
I'd be
they
for
probably
that.
have a higher monthly payment rate, like to take the logo off, probably.
Yeah, but then unfortunately, I think that if you're doing that, then you're kind of throttling AI.
Right, right.
And if you try to suppress it, here another country's gonna go crazy with it,
I
and
agree.
it's just gonna be a huge battle. So you just kind of have to, at this point, unfortunately, you just kind of have to let it go
Yeah,
and just it's kind of a technology race at this point.
yeah, you're right. Yeah, I mean, the world's kind of already gone crazy this last month after that Charlie Kirk assassination. You know, he had so many people that didn't like what he had to say so much that they were celebrating a human being's death, a father of two and a husband and a son. And I couldn't believe it, man. It made me sick to my stomach how many people online were cheering for it. And I know that some people it backfired on, because I know some people got their accounts either taken away or they got fired from their jobs because of it. And I'm like, good, you deserve it. Because like, who celebrates a human life death? Like, unless it's somebody like Hitler or Osama or something like that, or Saddam. It's like, why else, like, why are you celebrating this guy's death? Like, it blows my mind that we've come this far, especially since 9/11. Like, aren't we supposed to be united and working together? But yet here we are.
They
Like,
can't have that. They can't have that.
that's, yeah, you're right.
They can't have us
You're
do
right.
that. That's wrong.
Yeah. No kidding.
But no, I mean it's I followed Charlie for a long time,
Yeah.
and he was the last person that I would have expected them to kill
Right.
out of everybody.
Yeah.
It completely threw me off. I actually was really hoping it was fake, but I mean I immediately started praying whenever I saw it.
Yeah.
You know, I immediately started praying,
I was hoping
and
it was fake too.
it was really sad. But I mean, what the devil intends to use for evil, God uses for good.
You're right. You're right.
And then you see what's happening with that now.
Yeah. I know that. It's crazy how it's surged a mass spark in like people going to church and turning to Jesus and stuff. It's amazing. And people buying Bibles, like that's awesome.
Yeah, they said that a few people said right when it happened that this is going to backfire on them, and it did. It completely backfired on them.
Yeah.
Uh, but I mean, a lot of those people that were celebrating it that lost their jobs, all I really saw was them saying this was political hate and everything.
Uh huh.
No, how is that political hate? These are businesses and companies that don't want you to represent their company because you're crazy.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with political
Yep.
stuff.
Exactly.
You know, that's
Exactly.
insane to me. That
Yep.
I mean, if I don't if my boss tomorrow decided that he just completely hated me, he should be able to fire me.
Right.
You know, you work for somebody. I don't.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, I don't.
I agree,
It
man.
doesn't make any sense.
So
But they just try to turn it into something that it's not.
yeah, have you heard all these things going around about his assassination, about how it's staged and it was fake and it was planned and all this stuff, like because people are talking about it, like do you think it was just like the guy actually who they got now actually did it and it was just a regular assassination, or do you think this was something bigger that they're hiding?
No, he didn't shoot him. No, there's no way that kid shot him.
Yeah, because
In my opinion,
some of the stuff
there's
isn't
no
adding up.
way. Like, come on, they wrote like LGBTQ on the bullet and all that. Get out of here.
Right.
I mean, I think it was a Mauser that he had, the rifle.
I think so.
They said that he took the Mauser apart in a split second, which is impossible.
Right.
Shoved it in his pants leg, jumped down off a roof, ran into the woods, reassembled it, left the gun perfectly sitting there. Like, come on. but I mean, there's so many questions,
Yeah.
and then the issue that I have is that why aren't they? I know they have the answers to the whole thing. They know everything that happened,
Right.
but they just don't want to say anything. They're trying to cover it up because they immediately tore up the ground.
Yeah, I saw that they were doing construction and stuff. I was like, what is going on?
If I come over to your house and I shoot you dead, there's gonna I won't, I promise. There will be police tape around your house for months.
Right.
Months.
Yep.
They'll tear up the carpet and everything
Yep.
and take it. They won't demolish the house, which is pretty much what they did.
Yeah.
You know,
Strip it
they just
clean.
demolished it. It just doesn't. None of it makes any sense.
Yeah, it is really
But
weird.
I mean, I'm not fully on like some of the stuff that I see people saying.
Yeah.
Some people take it way too far.
Oh, I know. Some people are saying that he faked his own death so he could live a quiet life and this, and I'm just like, what the hell?
Cool. That'd be great.
Right?
That'd be great.
Yeah, if that
That'd be great.
if that if
It's
that
all
was true, then yeah,
part of a big movie we're watching.
right?
You know, that's totally fine with me.
Yeah.
As long as it plays out for good.
Yeah.
But I seriously doubt that.
Yeah, I know, right?
It was too
So
it's.
did you see some people were even saying that it was possibly a projected hologram? Have you heard that one?
I don't know. I mean, I did see that, but I mean, there's just too many people there.
Yeah.
And you have if you can't really pass through a lot of these holograms that I've
Yeah.
seen, and there's too many random people passing through
Well, not only
the projection.
not only that,
of
but
it.
how was that hologram throwing out hats to the crowd? You know,
Magic.
movie magic.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's when you take a situation where you have what they claim to be conspiracy theories, and you have so much truth in those, but you throw those really crazy radical ones like the one you just said,
Yep.
and it erases all the credibility from all of it.
Yep.
And then you're just back to what they told you to believe.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. No.
They do that on purpose.
Yeah. Don't surprise me.
It's usually the opposing entity will push the craziest stuff
Mm-hmm.
to kind of level out your questioning of a matter.
Yeah.
They always do that, and
That's crazy.
I'm sure there was, I didn't see it, but I'm sure there was some kind of stupid newspaper somewhere when JFK got shot that aliens did it. You don't know. It'd be funny if there was. I'm sure there was somewhere.
Yeah.
Some newspaper, but
Yeah, it's amazing. Like, I want to know what more they're hiding from us, because I learned last year, because I always thought that the internet didn't come around until like the mid 90s or something like that. But I learned last year that apparently the internet was around like in the 70s and 80s, but it was used for military and wasn't exposed to the world yet until the 90s. So it was already a thing for like 10, 20 years before it even came out. And I was like, what the fuck?
I know that, I don't quote me on the date, but I thought it was like 1957.
Oh shoot! So even further back, yeah. Dang.
No. When the government was actually using AI
That's crazy.
to war game out situations.
Wow.
To see if they would actually succeed if they moved and did this, like the military.
Wow. Well, that doesn't surprise me at all either, because
It was around that time frame is when they started using that, and they still use it. They openly use it. Every government uses it.
Oh
now.
my gosh.
But I mean, they've been using it openly. Have been using it, like talked about using it for the last like 15, 20 years.
It's crazy.
Like they've had it all. It's just. But you also at the same time you don't really want that kind of power for regular people to have. I don't believe in oppressing people, but at the same time, imagine all the bad things that would happen if there's certain people that have that kind of technology.
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding.
Like there'd be a lot of harm done. You could grow a civilization with it. It's a really touchy thing, because it's like you want everybody to have all this stuff because the government has it, but if you had it, then your next door neighbor's gonna blow you up with a UFO. You know what I mean? Like, come on. It's not.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not good. You think school shootings are bad? Imagine with like government technology. If the public had that, like, it'd be insane.
Yeah. That's wild.
Not good. I just said school shootings. You're probably gonna get this taken down wherever you post it.
Oh boy. Thanks.
You might need to cut that.
Yeah, as soon as I hear that, I'll be like, oh boy. I don't know. I'm a pretty small creator. They don't really come after me unless they hear music and they're like, oh, copyright music.
Let's test this out. Michelle Obama has a penis.
Uh-oh. And then I'm saying, I hear like, you said it's misinformation. Your video's been taken down.
Yeah, they're gonna come and kill me now. I don't care.
No, David. Yeah, I find out you're going missing. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
But anyway,
You know why?
right? Anyway, we're coming down. We're basically like down to our last minute and stuff. I don't know if there's anything else you want to say or add before we close this out, or
You asking me a question?
yeah, I'm asking you a question. If you have anything that you want to add or say before we close it out.
No, not to that. I probably already ruined it.
You already ruined it.
By saying what I said, I probably ruined the whole thing.
Oh, you're right.
So I should probably stop before I do.
Right.
I should probably stop. I'm tired. I'm getting slap happy.
No, I hear you, brother. I hear you. You got any plans for the spooky season or anything, you and Lisa?
No, I don't celebrate Halloween.
No.
After I found out the real history of it, I don't.
Yeah. I hear you. Well, I mean, I don't really like celebrate it in the fact where like I like enjoy it, but I just like the spooky factor of it and just like the thrill of it. Sarah and I will probably go to a couple haunted houses, and of course, I want Dutch to enjoy the trick or treating. That's always fun.
Yeah, I mean, if this Christian movement keeps growing, you're not going to have another one to celebrate at this rate.
Yeah.
So you better.
That's what I've been.
Better get it in.
So I've been hearing, man. I've been seeing. I just feel like. I mean, right now I feel like it's just one of those things where like, as long as I'm not like like worshiping it and stuff like or anything like that, like it's like it's not like an everyday thing in October where I'm like, oh yeah, spirits, demons, stuff like that. Like as long as I'm not worshiping it, I feel like it's all right. But yeah, I mean, I've seen people who are deeply devoted into it, how they truly feel about it, and I'm like, maybe one day I will get there too. I mean, but I mean, as far as just kind of just, I mean, I had a fun Halloween too, and it's kind of like having a kid right now too. It's just like I want him to, at least enjoy that, that aspect of it.
Yeah, it's hard to take kids out of it because all the other kids do it. And
yeah, because if you
wanted to stop it, you can't explain to them why they can't do it.
Yeah, if he goes to school and they're like, Dad, how come we can't go trick or treating? And it's kind of hard to explain. For sure.
It is. I mean, I'm not judging you for it at all. I
understand.
Never felt comfortable celebrating it ever.
I understand.
And then when I started really researching some stuff, I just completely blocked it out.
Yeah. No, I understand. I get it, man. I get it. But yeah, man, that's been the time, brother. I definitely appreciate you, spending your time with me and talking and stuff. That was fun.
Oh yeah, anytime.
Hell yeah, man. So I'm just gonna go ahead and close it on out here. Thanks everybody for listening and everything, and check us out on other platforms, Spotify, Rumble. We're on the YouTubes, all that fun stuff. And we'll catch you guys in the next one. All right, take care. Have a good one. Bye.